Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question comes to us from a viewer. Thanks to Vidya Slime for this one. Amy attacks with a Goblin Outlander. Nick wants to channel an Eiganjo to kill it. Is this possible? Alright, so we know that protection from white means that the Goblin Outlander cannot be the target of white spells or abilities from white sources. So the question really comes down to, what color is Eiganjo? And the answer to that is that it's colorless. This might be kind of non-intuitive for a lot of people, but it turns out that color in Magic is defined solely based on the color of the mana symbols in the card's mana cost. Because Eiganjo, of course, doesn't have a mana cost, that means that it doesn't have any mana symbols there, and so nothing is giving it a color. Some other types of objects might use color indicators, which is the white dot you see on the type line, or abilities to set their color. But, as you can see, Eiganjo doesn't use either of these either. Because there's nothing giving it a color, Eiganjo is considered to be colorless. The fact that it has some white mana symbols in other places on the card would affect its color identity, but protection looks at the object's color, which is a completely distinct game concept. Actually, Commander players had to invent the new concept of color identity because the existing concept of color didn't work really well for their purposes in cases just like this. For example, Memnarch would be considered a colorless creature, for the exact same reason. However, it wouldn't really make sense to play Memnarch and not be able to play something that could tap for blue mana to use its abilities. I'd love to say that this is where the confusion between this sort of question got started, but I'm old enough to remember Magic before Commander and color identity were even invented. And it turns out that even back then, people still got tripped up on questions just like this one. Turns out that if you're going to need to use white mana to activate an ability, people are going to think it's a white ability. Even though, as we've just seen, that's not technically the case all the time. Sometimes an object just is a different color from what it might look like. For example, you might see something that looks really red, even though it's actually white. Very white. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.